Welcome to Neonexus Wars. I'm PETA, your personal interactive training assistant. This is the basic interface training. We'll start from the top left and proceed around the interface in a clockwise direction. This section displays the upgrades currently installed on your runner. Upgrades can be found in the node map or obtained as rewards from specific story encounters or combat encounters. Each upgrade possesses a unique set of features that are automatically applied to your runner. Hover over an upgrade to view its functionality. This section displays your current Neocred available for spending. Neocred can be utilized on the node map at a store node. Moreover, Neocred can also be used to unlock new runners and special cards for them. This section displays your current deck. Clicking on the current deck will reveal a list of all cards in your current deck. Hovering over any card will provide information on its functionality. The current deck expands as you progress through the run, acquiring new cards as rewards or purchasing them at shop nodes. The current deck resets after each run, regardless of success. Clicking anywhere will close the current deck display. This section displays your draw pile. Clicking on the draw pile reveals a list of all cards available to draw from each turn. Hovering over any card provides information on its functionality. The draw pile comprises all cards not presently in your hand, in the discard pile, or in the exhaust pile. The draw pile automatically reshuffles from the discard pile when there are no more cards left to draw. Clicking anywhere will close the draw pile display. This section features the End Turn button. After completing all your actions for a turn, click the End Turn button. This action triggers the enemy turn, during which they will execute any queued actions they have. This section displays your current hand for this turn. Hovering over any card provides information on its functionality. Your hand usually consists of 5 cards, though there are upgrades that can alter your hand size. After playing a card, it typically moves to the discard pile. However, some cards are exhausted after use. Certain cards may automatically activate when drawn, but additional details will be provided in a later training session. This section indicates your current available data flux. Data flux serves as the primary resource required to play a card. All cards have a data flux cost, though some may cost 0 or feature variable costs. Further details will be provided in a subsequent training session. When your data flux is depleted, you can no longer play cards. Your data flux typically begins at 3, but there are upgrades that can modify this value. Data flux resets at the start of your next turn, although certain upgrades enable it to carry over between turns. This section shows your discard pile. Clicking on the discard pile reveals a list of all cards that have been discarded so far. Hovering over any card provides information on its functionality. The discard pile automatically reshuffles into the draw pile when there are no more cards left to draw. Certain cards enable you to retrieve cards from the discard pile and place them in your hand, but additional details will be provided in a later training session. Clicking anywhere will close the discard pile display. This section shows your exhaust pile. Clicking on the exhaust pile reveals a list of all cards that have been exhausted so far. Hovering over any card provides information on its functionality. Cards in the exhaust pile are considered out of play and unavailable for the remainder of this encounter. Certain cards enable you to retrieve cards from the exhaust pile and place them in your draw pile or hand, but additional details will be provided in a later training session. Clicking anywhere will close the exhaust pile display. The center section is divided into two areas. On the left is your current runner, and on the right are the enemies you are currently facing off against in this encounter. Both sections are very similar, with one exception. The enemy section displays the queued action that the enemy is planning to activate on their next turn. Above their heads, hovering over the icon will provide insight into what is queued. Paying careful attention to this can help you plan your current turn effectively. Below each runner or enemy is a health bar that also indicates any armor currently equipped, along with a numeric indicator of the current value. Further information about armor will be provided in a later training session. Below the health bar, there will be a list of passive buffs or boons, along with a numeric indicator, if applicable, of the current value of that buff or boon. Additional details about buffs and boons will be disclosed in a later training session. Great job! If you need further assistance or have any questions in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. See you in the next training session.